When it comes to money, we understand that concept pretty well, most of us, right? Like you don't go bankrupt because you have one coffee or one single purchase or whatever. And our health is no different. But most people don't think of health that way. They think of it as isolated issues. Sleep is one thing, gut health is one thing, stress is another, diet is another. And your body doesn't experience any of those things separately. It experiences the total, right? Hey, team. Welcome back to another episode of The Wellness Effect. And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about our health net worth, which I'm really excited just to kind of chit chat back and forth about. But when you really think about it, most people know their bank balance, but they have zero idea about what their health net worth is. And I think it's just this really cool concept because you can have a credit card here and a mortgage and a car loan, or maybe some random monthly payments that you don't even think about. And none of it feels that bad on its own. But if you zoom out and you look at your finances, then sometimes it really matters. And health works exact same way. And so today we're going to kind of break down why small habits you've been brushing off are probably the reason you don't feel your best.
This episode of The Wellness Effect is brought to you by Lifestyle You. If you're listening to this podcast and thinking, okay, this sounds like me, whether it's low energy, hormone imbalances, stubborn symptoms, or you just feel like you've tried everything, Lifestyle You is our root cause coaching program designed to help you actually connect the dots.
We use functional nutrition, personalized support, and functional lab testing to figure out why your body is doing what it's doing, instead of just guessing or slapping a band-aid on symptoms.
And because you're a listener of The Wellness Effect, when you use the code Wellness Effect, you'll receive a free functional lab when you join the program. If this episode is resonating with you, make sure to share it with a friend, subscribe to the podcast, and check out the show notes to learn more about Lifestyle You and how to apply.
Before we get into that, it's been a minute, so we're going to just have a little chit chat. But Jeb, what's up with you?
I haven't been up too much. I am just on my lonesome again because Matt went back to Kamloops for school, but it's been at first it was like a little bit of a sad adjustment just because we had such a nice time over the holidays, but getting into a little bit of a routine and I'm really focusing on just like good sleep quality right now. I'm just trying to get like 8, 9 hours. Have been trying to wake up early. So it's been 1 week of me waking up at
Good job.
6 a.m. And that is hard for me, but it's been good. It's nice just like taking that time and I'm not even getting more done in the day. I'm just like giving myself time for a slow morning. But I feel like it would have been a couple months ago, Kira was telling us about the brick that she got. I think she was telling us on here.
Yeah, she was.
Yes.
And at first I was like, okay. And then the other, I think it was with low lifts, maybe she was saying like how she still was using it. And that was like, okay, if she's still going hard with this thing and it's not just like another one of those time screen apps, I'll get one. So I got one for Matt and I. Oh my God. Like every single person needs one of these. It
Quickly
is.
tell the people what it is.
So basically, it's crazy to me, like when I'm like talking to people about it and they don't know what it is because my whole entire like algorithm is just brick ads. But it's basically a physical magnet and you can put it anywhere. Another reason why I didn't get it at the beginning, too, just like a quick side tangent, is Kira was like, oh, I put it in my fridge in my like garage. And I was like, well, if I'm in an apartment, is it going to be so easy for me to access? But the reason why that was a thought is because the only way, and you can choose what apps it's called bricking. So what apps you're like blocking off and not being able to access. The only way to unbrick those apps that you choose or your phone is by going and touching your phone to the magnet. And I kind of thought, well, if the magnet is so accessible to me, like this is just like how addicted we are to our phones. I'm like, am I just going to go and like unbrick it all the time? Is it even going to make a difference? But in the last week, and it might go down a little bit, I honestly don't think it will because now that I have that feeling of not being on my socials, I'm like really grossed out by them. It's actually crazy. And like your brain just feels so much clearer. And for the most part, I was really good at not scrolling before bed and in the morning, but there's obviously those nights where sometimes you just like get caught in that like scroll. And so that being gone, and then even just like my productivity during the days, like my check-in days, I could not believe the difference of how quick I got through my check-ins versus, like, when I'm, like, typically have my phone.
Wow.
Just night and day because I still need my phone when I'm doing check-ins because I, like, screenshot the wins and, like, whatever that might be. And so it was
But
yeah,
every
it
time
was
you
just
screenshot
crazy.
a win, you quickly go check Instagram, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna," and then all of a sudden it's been 10 minutes in between each check-in. It's like, "Okay, shit, get back
Yes,
to
and
it."
then you're like and I just flew it was just seriously night and day, and even this is the part that was really cool to me is I got one for Matt. I didn't even give him an option. I'm like, "Take this with you. It's gonna make such a difference, even just, like, at school and, like, studying." And he's not so much like an Instagram doom scroller. I feel like a lot of the times guys love, like, Twitter and, like, X.
Brett is like Marketplace on Facebook.
That's Zach
I'm
too.
like,
Even, like,
We
Matt's,
don't
like,
need another
YouTube
trigger.
Shorts.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
interesting.
Brett has, like,
yes.
this mountain man cook guy, and he follows him making, like, bread on a fire. I'm like, "What's going on?"
Yes, or, like, Matt's, like, watching people, like, fix cars, and I'm like, I mean, it's better than, like, the shit I watch probably, but it's still not good for you. And just, like, taking in so much news on X, right? Like, just and,
Yeah.
like, bullshit, like, just bullshit all the time. And so he got one, and he was really bad for, like, scrolling when he woke up and, like, before he goes to bed, and I just, like, let him do it because I'm like, "Figure it out." But ever since he hasn't, like, it's crazy when he got there, he was, like I don't wanna say, like, struggling mentally, but he was just, like, kinda feeling down, and then, like, I was like, "Start using that brick because I know you're probably, like, numbing with your phone, just try," and he was like within a couple days, he's like, "That is crazy what that shit is doing to our phones and, like, how addicted or to our
Wow.
minds and how addicted we are as a society," and, like, he's
Yeah.
not like that, like, he's not
Yeah.
dramatic, he's not like us.
No, that's
So
exciting. I know. You
so I'm so
inspired
excited
me.
for him.
I
Well,
bought
it
me
all
and
comes down to
Zach.
Kira, but
Yeah.
it took me a bit.
Okay. You inspired me, Kira.
God, I
Vicariously
should have
through
used my
Jensen.
given you guys my code. I would have sold 4, like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
No, me and Zach, we just got ours yesterday. Well, we got home from our trip yesterday and they were here, so I'm excited to set ours up tonight. But it is crazy. Although I was proud because I was randomly looking through my TikTok like usage, which I've just never looked at before, and my average per day is only 17 minutes. It's like, oh,
Yeah, I was kinda pulling away from TikTok t
I
before.
literally only use TikTok when it's like past 9 o'clock at night and I just like do my literally 15 minutes of doom scrolling. So I'm like, I need
Yeah.
to cut that out, but I don't go on TikTok during the day because it's just so. But yeah, I was, like, proud of myself for that. I was like, "Oh, I thought that that would be worse, to be completely honest, so
Yeah, I
that's
wonder
good."
what mine was before, but
Yeah, but I'm excited to set ours up, so thank you for the inspo and highly recommend, but it's just crazy, I think a lot of people got them for Christmas because I feel like even in the last 2 weeks or week, I've just been so many more people, like, posting on their Instagram and stuff, like, "Oh, locked myself out for 3 days, like, locked myself out of my social." I'm like, "Oh my
wow.
god, I can't wait to do
Yeah.
that."
I know,
It's
but the
so funny
problem is
though
it's
that
like our job requires us to post on social
I
media,
know.
and now I'm like it's like I haven't posted a story for, like, 40 hours, and I'm like, "Fuck." Need
Yeah.
to find a little bit of a balance here, but
No, you do, for sure. But no, that's awesome.
so yeah, that's my
Cool.
update. I have
That's
one
your
more
update?
update I wanted to do from low lifts, though.
Oh, yeah.
I've been using my healing frequencies in the morning, and yeah,
How's it been
I'm really
feeling?
liking it. I'm liking it in
Oh.
the morning. I haven't really been using it at bed, but, like, with my slow mornings, I've been
Oh.
doing, like, a meditation or I do, like, like, a facial ice bath, and then I just, like, have been putting that on in my red light, and I'm like, "Okay, I can see what you're saying, Kira, like, when you're in that mode, it's, like, very nice and relaxing, and
Mhm.
as soon as I start, like, making my breakfast and stuff, I'm like, "Okay, I'm done with that," but
Yeah.
it's actually been really, really nice, and I see what you guys are saying with, like, how addicting it is and just, like, it just sets a good tone for the day, so
Yeah. But it does make sense when you're in, like, a lower brain frequency. I don't know why my brain loves it so much, but yeah, when
That
you're in
actually
that.
reminds me, I have a low lift update. Well, it's kinda not because I actually didn't talk about it on low lift, but when Lacey was here for Christmas, she was like, "Don't you use boiling water for your infusions?" And I was like, "No, I always just use, like, cold."
I've been telling you guys to do this for, like, 2
No,
years.
I know, I
Jensen,
know.
that's what I told Kira. I was like, "Kira, we proved you wrong." Me and Jensen did when we were on our trip, and we did ours with boiling water, and you did yours with cold, and in the morning, ours were, like, 3 times the
And, like,
shade of
I
dark.
do not remember that, which is so
That's so
bizarre.
funny.
But
Okay, keep going, sorry,
so
I
I've
had to
been
say.
doing it, and it's like such a huge difference. It's
Do you
actually
notice it's, like,
embarrassing.
stronger?
It's like black.
Yeah.
And it
It's
was
so
like
funny. I
so
like
light
almost didn't want to
before.
just be like duh when we were there. So I was like kind of trying to like play dumb, like, oh well we'll see.
But I think it just like this is another thing, it just goes to show you that you need to be like ready to take information in
Mhm.
order for it to land. Because I was like, huh, okay. I'm gonna try it. And I have a beautiful little like teapot with a steeping thing in it. And every night I just put cold water in there from
What
the
the fuck?
RO. And we
That makes
make
me
tea
laugh.
every single night. So we have like a kettle boiled. And I'm like, I'm just gonna start using that for my infusion the next day. I'm like, it's like 10 times darker. Like it's so much. It's
It's
That
like
is
like you're
so
thick on
secretly
me.
been
funny.
lying. She actually hasn't been doing tea infusions for the last 2 years.
Yeah, pretty
She's been
I
much,
wonder
drinking
but
how
watered
m
down metal tea.
yeah, like a normal tea. No,
I
it would
wonder how
still
many
have
more
good
benefits
benefits.
you're getting, though, from the boiling
I
part.
don't know. I'm just like annoyed at myself, but
But you're so right, you have to
whatever.
be in a place to, like, take that in, and even since low lifts, I've been doing so like, just, like, honestly, 2 infusions a day, like, because sometimes
Oh,
that's what I
so
love about
good.
this is when you talk about things, you just, like, are
Yeah,
reminded of how easy it is, and it's like, "Why
yeah,
am
Yeah,
I not doing this?"
yeah.
that's so
That's funny,
funny.
And
though.
yeah, that's my other update is how good I've been sleeping, but I honestly am just like scared to talk about it because I feel like people will just hate me and
No, I think it's
so
inspiring.
I
Yeah.
know.
So
And if
tell us
people
how
hate you,
why.
then
I almost like went into my AI on my Aura ring and said, "What's my average sleep since Jake's been born?" And like whatever, whatever, because I literally don't get less than 8 hours of sleep every single night. And I'm like, as someone who self-identified as a shitty sleeper for so many years of my life, like probably until like 2 years ago, I was like, no, I can't sleep. I need this. Like I was such a pain in the ass. And now to get like such good sleep and for it to continue with a newborn baby is just blowing my mind. So
it's
So
almost
what's
like we
the
know what we're
secret?
talking about.
it's
Yeah.
almost like we know what we're talking about. Yeah.
No, but that's awesome. I was telling everyone about that on the ski trip about how much nervous system regulation and circadian rhythm is vital during pregnancy because I was telling everyone
Yes.
how good.
Oh,
And then also that fun fact about babies use your melatonin in the first 3 months. Is
yeah.
that?
They say like 3 to 6 months they don't produce melatonin. They get it from their mom. So that's
So
the
it's probably
sleepy hormone.
and is that just to interrupt, does that mean it's, like, good to be pregnant during the winter then? Like, especially in, like, places like Canada because you have
They
so
do
much more.
say ideally, like October, November is the ideal month for your baby to be born because your vitamin D stores are in that like middle of your pregnancy. You're stocking up on all that vitamin D. And no, they don't say it's the best, but it's just the most professional athletes are born in October and November. And like June is like almost
Connor
none.
McDavid was a 12-pound baby. Did you guys know that?
So when's his birthday? Do you know?
I don't know, but you saying that, I'm like, I freaking wonder if he was
That's
born during that
crazy.
time. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is interesting because I do know that most athletes it's the first half of the year. But if you like put it down, then
Oh,
because
weird.
yeah, have you ever heard that? Like if you're born in the first half of the year, that's when most professional athletes are born
Oh,
because
okay,
of
that's so funny because I saw the stat that was like most professional athletes are born in October, November, or
we'll
something.
get the real results
Yeah,
and
we'll
we'll
have
bring
to
it
get
to you
back to you on
guys.
that.
Um, but that's so interesting. Yeah, cool, crazy. What was I going to talk about again? Oh yeah, my trip.
Oh yeah, it looked so fun.
It was honestly so good, and obviously growing up in Canada, you never really take winter holidays like ever. If you're going to leave Canada in the winter, it's always to go somewhere warm. And so really just lacking winter holidays in my life, I've realized. And I'm always like for this trip, because it's for my friend Erin's birthday. So we've gone like the last 4 years on this snowboarding skiing trip. And every time before, I'm like, oh, like I don't want to leave. I don't want to go to another place in the winter and be cold. And it's right after Christmas. So I'm kind of like socialized out. But it's always just so, so, so good. And there's just so much more connection because you just are chilling in a house all together all day, every day. And then you go snowboarding. Like we didn't even, I don't even think we went out for one dinner or like to a restaurant to get a drink or nothing. Like it was just all in the house. And it's just such a cool group of people. Like I just feel so grateful that Erin and Jordan invite us on these trips. But Aaron and Jordan, for those that don't know, are my like business owners or business mentors. Um they run IFCA, which I like worked for 4 years. But then we were with another couple, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Cured Nutrition. It really I like knew of it from like
No.
years ago, and then he presented at IFCA, but it's like CBD infused,
Oh,
like
yeah, I've seen that.
yeah, like sleep gummies, and they have
Oh,
like day
cool.
gummies for like focus, and then they add like a time like they microdose THC in it. It's like a 10 or $15 million per year company, and the owner of that was there and his wife and their 2 little kids, and so it's just, like, so cool being around rich people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how else to say that, but just, like,
No, but
successful.
successful, yeah.
Yeah.
Successful. It's not like they're,
But
like,
also rich.
trust fund babies,
Yeah. No,
like
no, no, no. Successful for sure, and just such different. Yeah, and I don't know. And then the other couple that we were there with is Vanessa and Omar, who do something very similar to what we do, and so it's just, like, cool, like, getting to chat with them and going back and forth, and so, yeah, it was just awesome. And then something about Erin is she loves prompts, and so you pretty much can't go anywhere with her without her, like, asking prompts and prompts.
Okay,
It's
what do you
so
mean?
so pretty much we all sit around in a circle and she's like, "Okay, what's your favorite thing about your partner?" And then we all go around and say our favorite thing
Wow, I
about our
love that.
I
partner,
love
and
that.
then we do it again, and then the next question's like, "What's one thing you think is holding your partner back?" And then it's like, "What's one thing you're
Wow.
most grateful for? What's the thing you like most about yourself? What's the thing you're working on? What's the thing where you're, like, lacking confidence in your life?" Like, and we just do that every night, and she just goes around in the circle, and
I
every
love
single
that.
person we're with is so articulate
Yeah.
and smart. It's just like me and Zach are just like, then it comes our turns, we're like, uh, Lacey's so positive. Like, everyone else is writing, like, massive love letters. Like, it was just crazy to see how on they are. We get back Zach last night, and he's like, "I gotta start reading more books. Like, do you think I could get, like, a communication book?" He's like, "Do you think that's why they're all just so good with their words?" Like, but it's just so cool. I just love things like that, but it is funny to notice your nervous system response when you have to, like, pretty much be vulnerable in front of a whole bunch of people who are really, really smart. I'm just like, I
Just in
get so
general,
nervous
like
and,
but
like,
yeah.
what'd you say, Jeb?
I said just in general having to be vulnerable in front of, like, anyone, let alone, like, people that are so articulate like that.
I know. So, but it's good. But that's like I've been doing that with Aaron because we did it at every IFCA event, every group IFCA thing, every trip we've ever done, and I still I'm just like,
It's coming to me. I'm gonna be next.
well, and I've learned that to like really not try to think about what I'm gonna say prior to when it's my turn, and then I just kind of like trust what I'm gonna say because that's what I used to do. Like when my first early years with IFCA, the whole time I wouldn't listen to one person's response. I'd just be like rehearsing my thing in my head. But when you do that, it never comes out how you think it's gonna come out, and you like skip certain part, and then you just sound stupid. And I'm like, that's
And
not
you
what I was.
also miss everyone else, and it's like that's a huge piece. It's almost you get more out of everyone else than what
A
you're gonna
hundred
say.
percent.
Like
Yeah.
it's not
So I've learned that, but it still just like blows my mind how hard it was. And then we actually did this at Aaron's sister's birthday, but we also did it at Aaron's birthday where it's called a honey roast. And so everyone goes around and you say like your favorite thing about Erin because it was her
oh,
birthday.
like the opposite of a roast. I
Yeah, the
love
opposite
that.
of a roast, so honey roast, like, all your best things about her, but we were originally gonna do it the one night, but then everyone was having a couple drinks, and so we never did it, but I was, like, thinking about what I was saying, and Erin's just been such a catalyst to so many parts of my life that I was just, like, crying, just, like, thinking about what I'm gonna say before it's my even
Aw.
turn, then everyone's going around, and I'm just, like, crying, and then it's my turn, and I'm like, "I have no idea how I'm gonna get through this." She's like, "I would love it if you would cry." I was like, "I am gonna cry for sure." Like
Aw. That makes me feel like we need to do a team.
I know.
Yeah.
No, it's on my, um, top priorities to plan this quarter and then probably have it in quarter 2. So,
Yay.
it's gonna happen, but yeah, it was really good, and it's just, like, such a good group of people, and yeah, big fan of winter vacations even though I'm not tanned.
I
Cool.
love them. I love ski trips, like, so much. It's, like, my
Yeah.
favorite thing, and you're so tired after, and you, like, go in the hot tub, you have the best sleeps ever, like, it's
Yeah.
just the best.
Okay, but that was the thing is we're such high altitude in Colorado, so Kelowna's at, like, 300 feet above sea level.
Mhm.
Colorado was at 10,000. So everyone got sick, everyone had the worst sleeps, everyone just felt, like, so drained the whole entire time, and the norovirus went through the house, so everyone kinda got knocked out for 24 hours and was puking and shitting themselves, but I had it before we left, so me and Zach never got sick, but we had, like, oxygen tank camp come to the house, so you just, like, sit with that constantly because your oxygen levels get down to, like, 80 or 82 when they're supposed to be at, like, 95 to 98. You, like, walk up this little hill that we had to get to the ski hill. You're just like
Oh
like
god, that's
dying. I did not think it was gonna matter because even Vanessa and Omar were like, "We're gonna stay in Denver for a couple hours and get, like, acclimated before we go even higher," and I'm like, "Okay, you guys, like, it's not a big deal." And you go up a flight of stairs, you're just like so, it
Wow.
was so not
Imagine
that
climbing Everest.
literally. Can you
No, but,
imagine?
like,
No.
imagine, that would be freaking
No, I
crazy.
can't imagine that. Um
Cool.
But yeah, so that was good, and the other one fun thing that I'll just say is previous times in this trip, everyone was kind of, like, learning to ski, no one's really been skiing their whole life except for, like, a couple of the guys, but this trip, everyone not that we're at the same level, we're all kind of at the same speed, like, the more advanced people go into the trees, other people stay on the groom run, but we just, like, all stuck together as a group so well,
Oh,
and which just makes it so much more fun too, so it was
yeah, I feel like that never happens. It's
no,
always
it
like
never happens.
I'm always
Mhm.
alone, like
Yeah.
by myself struggling to get up. But I did decide I'm gonna take ski lessons because
Oh,
I'm
you
sick of
should.
trying to snowboard every year acting like I'm some fucking Shaun White wannabe. Like,
Skiing's the
no.
best.
Yeah, and I feel like skiing's just my vibe. So I'm gonna take a lesson this year. Me and Ellie are gonna take one together.
And
Yay.
because our 2 friends, Leslie and Ashton, it was their first time skiing ever, and skiing is way like, you'll have more fun on your first day than you
Yeah.
will
It's
with
harder
snowboarding.
harder to get really good
Yes.
at, but it's easier to
Be a
not break
beginner.
your wrist. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always like, my wrists are so sore. My tailbone hurts. I'm like, I don't like snowboarding. I love being in the mountains. I love being on the
No, you'll love
chairlift.
skiing.
So I'm
Yeah,
excited
do skiing.
to do
It's not
that.
as cool, but it's fine.
It's coming back.
I disagree.
It's coming around. I
Every
feel like
single
it's
person other than you 2, like, I know that snowboards have switched to skiing because it's just a pain in the ass at a lot of hills,
yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. Okay, should we get into it?
Let's do it. I'm excited to see how this episode's gonna go because
We're chatting.
it's a random
Yeah.
topic.
No, I think it'll be good, and I've thought about this so much, and I always kinda thought about it more as, like, to do with fitness, and it really helps you understand just how much, like, each workout actually costs or, like, does is a benefit because Jordan actually, he's the one that always uses this analogy, but it's like, I went to the gym so much for so long that I have so many deposits in that bank account that now it's super easy for me to maintain a quite muscular physique going 3, maybe 4 times a week because I spent years and years and years doing a deposit once a day, 7 days a week, or sometimes even twice a day. So, like, it's like that bank is really, really full for me. And so I always love that analogy. And then Kira had the idea for this podcast. And I just think it's awesome because when it comes to money, we understand that concept pretty well, most of us, right? Like, you don't go bankrupt because you have one coffee or one single purchase or whatever. And most people will end up stressed out because of the accumulation of all of those choices. And it's those little things, they add up quietly. And then in one day, you kind of realize your net worth is a lot lower than maybe you thought it was, right? And our health is no different, but most people don't think of health that way. They think of it as in almost like isolated issues. Sleep is one thing, gut health is one thing, stress is another, diet is another. And your body doesn't experience any of those things separately. It experiences the total, right? And so, I
Yeah,
don't
even
know.
if you're like, "Oh, I don't sleep well." This is kinda what I, like, started talking about, like, "Oh, I don't sleep well," but, like, nobody really does, and, like, I eat okay most of the time, but everybody kinda does, and, like, I haven't really worked out much, but I'm not, like, super sedentary, but, like, I'm more than most people, and we think that these are all separate things. But it's like having a mortgage, having a car payment, having a credit card, having a like yes, like on their own, those things don't matter. But when you look at it as a whole, the same can be applied to your health. So if you're not getting great sleep most of the time, and you're also not eating well most of the time, and you're also not moving your body enough most of the time, those things don't exist in a vacuum on their own. They're
Yeah.
all compounding on one another. And like, I think it's a really cool idea to just step back and look at it. That's why we talk about the foundations so much and how important they are, because they are those pillars. They are your mortgage and your credit card and your house payment and your car payment and whatever else, your line of credit or your investments, your RSPs. That's what the foundations are. And you need to be implementing, strategies and investments into all of them. You can't just like only ever pay off your credit card and never pay off your mortgage. You need to be kind of focused on like spreading it around and in a way that makes sense. Everyone's different depending on your interest rates. That could be like our genetics, maybe. I don't know. But you kind of have to focus on all the different areas. And I just think it was like such an easy way for me. Like, I'm the kind of person I need to like have like a very basic, I love analogies and I love like, God, what's that word when like a metaphor for things? So when I can match it to that, it's just so easy in my head for me to think, okay, I got to make sure I'm covering all my bases, doing all the things and not just like getting caught up in one. Like even for you guys, like bodybuilding, it's like I'm healthy because my body looks good. It's like
Yeah.
that's a very extreme example of like all these deposits. Yes, that was good in the long run, but there were some just
Things that were left
depositing
on the
into
back
that,
burner.
yeah, into that one account for so long was beneficial in ways, but also, like, you're leaving out all these other bank accounts.
And it's almost like it's better to be, like, decent and, like, pretty
Yeah.
good at, like, all of the things than, like, putting all of your effort into one single thing. Like, we talk about so much these, like, low lift habits and things that are really easy to implement, and we're never saying, like, you need to track every single macro and hit every single micronutrient you have and drink this restructured it's like, "'Kay, drink your water, eat 3 meals a day, get 8 hours of sleep." It doesn't need to be, and just start there, and you're gonna be in such a better place if you're just, like, putting all of your energy into this one thing or no energy into any of it also on the other side of things.
Yeah. And the way that I was kind of thinking about it too is it's almost like every habit that you have, you kind of look at it as either a deposit or a withdrawal from that health network. So it's like
Mhm.
sleep, eating real food, getting sunlight, moving your body, supporting digestion, whatever. Those are all deposits. Chronic stress, under eating, overtraining, poor recovery is a withdrawal. And so once you kinda start making the deposits, that's what's cool about it too, is you do get addicted to it, right? Because you do get that ROI, you feel the return and you have more energy and you recover faster and you think clearer and everything gets better, but people get stuck because they're trying to fix one thing at a time. And it's even like focusing on
Mhm.
one simple thing, it's like you're still chasing that symptom. They're looking for like one thing that's wrong with them, but the issue's never one thing, right? It's the accumulation of small withdrawals over time, and no one really teaches people, like Kira said, to kinda, like, zoom out and look at that full picture that
Yeah.
you're in you're in some health debt.
And I think
Yeah.
it can be exciting though, because if you're just focused on, like, I sleep shitty and all you do is, like, take melatonin or take a sleeping pill and you don't actually look at like, is my nutrition playing into this? Am I getting any movement? The cool thing about it is that if you zoom out and focus on the bigger picture, these deposits that we're making will probably be going into more than one account at a time. So like, if you're looking at the root cause of sleep, it's typically circadian rhythm, nervous system dysregulation, hormonal imbalances, maybe
Mineral
like your
depletion.
mineral depletion, like even just like lack of movement. So if you started focusing on those 5 things, you bet your ass your sleep is going to improve. Your energy is also going to improve. Your hormones are going to be more balanced, which means your cycles are going to be better. You're going to be able to like handle life more. Your nervous system capacity is going to go up. So it's so much more impactful to use the foundations to focus on over time instead of just like, that's why symptom chasing is so
Yeah.
Yeah.
dangerous, I think, in my opinion. It's like you go to the doctor because you don't sleep and you get a sleeping pill. Okay, cool. You can sleep now, but like, have you fixed all of these underlying blood sugar dysregulation, all these things that are impacting your sleep that are going to put tons of deposits And then on top of that, getting good sleep is also now going to continue to deposit in those accounts. And it just like, it blows my mind when you
Yeah,
think about it that way.
because it's almost kind of like the foundations of health, they matter so much more because they deposit into multiple systems. So it's almost like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
compounding interest. So it's like that's why you want them so
We are a
much.
finance
Yeah,
podcast.
like I'm like, "Oh my god, what other
Okay.
big words do I know?"
Interest.
Okay, we got compounding interest. No, but I was even thinking about this because I'm like, supplements are great. We use them, right? We believe in them, but
Mhm.
they're not foundational, and so they don't necessarily replace deposits. They're there to amplify those deposits. So, let me see if I can finance this. If foundations are your paycheck,
Uh-huh.
supplements would be like your investment account. So if you're sleeping for 4 hours a night, eating poorly, living in fight or flight, no supplement is going to save
To
you.
take you out
If
of that.
you're negative money, you're not gonna have any investment accounts, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a lot of money and everything is good, then you have that investment account and that can also be good. And so when the foundations are there, supplements allow your health deposits to become more and they can increase that return, but they're not gonna replace it.
Yeah. And I have another analogy that it just came to me as well. Let's
Yes.
go, is long-term investments, and
Mm.
we are investing for our future, so you can't expect to put things like maybe there's some like, let's talk about peptides. You're probably gonna get a pretty quick return on that, and that's when you're buying a, I don't know, Bitcoin and it goes to the moon, I don't know. And so that's there's some things like that, but once again, that's just like that individual piece that we're probably fixing. It's not necessarily getting to the root cause. It's not harming you, but it's not going to make the difference like necessarily unless it's like something, I don't know, but
Well, it's like
long
you're almost
term.
getting you might get lucky for, like, a period of time,
Yes.
but
It's
it's
like penny
not.
stocks.
Yeah, yeah. So you might cash in and get lucky every time.
um and
Hey.
But
so
no,
but then
yeah.
on the other side of things, there's like long-term investments, your like retirement fund, and we can't expect to put things into that and all of a sudden feel like a complete different person in one day, the same way that these long-term investments. And we have to like ride the waves, meaning that there's going to be times when your health is going to show up. And that doesn't mean you pull or it's going to decline and you're going to get symptoms. Doesn't mean you pull all your money out of the market. It means you keep on investing in yourself and in your health. And when you're 80 years old, all of these deposits, once again, even if it was a slow incremental change, are going to compound and you are going to feel a million times better than if you just kept doing this all or nothing, like try for 1 week, try for a month, do this new diet, and then you stop, et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's
Okay.
and
all
Wow.
like super low risk, most of it. Like there's no high risk in like getting better sleep and like
No.
eating well.
no, and it's like we've been in this game kinda going from, like, fat loss, lifestyle coaches more so now into the functional space, but you know what we say behind all your guys' back? 99.9% of the time it comes down to the foundations and it's the same for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like there is no secret. Like the secret
No.
is exactly what Kira just said. Sleeping, eating good food, getting sunlight, strength training, and if more people just actually stayed consistent with those things, they wouldn't have hormone issues, gut
We'd be
issues,
out of a
autoimmune
job.
diseases, like nothing. So we wouldn't have a job. So we no, we would because everyone knows what they need to do. There's just a reason that they're not doing it, and we need
Yeah.
to hold them accountable. But it isn't a secret thing. And at the end of the day, you're not a special snowflake. And I know that sometimes can be hard to hear because we all think that there is something wrong with us and only us, and it's our fault and we're broken. But at the end of the day, it's not. It's just a lack of clarity and a lack of consistency on doing the things that actually are going to grow your bank account. So
Yeah.
so, how you can start raising your health net worth, we'll give you some tips. But one way I think that's good to look at it, and we always seem to come back to this word, but it's just kind of starting to raise your awareness around it. And I think a really great question you can just start asking yourself, because we all have habits, good or bad, that we do every day, most days. So just start kind of asking yourself, is this a deposit or is this a withdrawal? And you don't need to do everything all at once. You don't need a perfect routine. That's what we're kind of saying the opposite. It's just you need to perfect 1 or 2 daily deposits and be consistent so till it's so easy you don't have to think about it, and then you
Yeah,
add
it's like having an
more in.
automatic withdrawal. That's
Yeah,
what
Yeah.
your goal is.
yeah. No, an
And
automatic deposit.
Yeah, I meant
yeah,
like withdrawal out of your like paycheck into
into the
deposit. Sorry, yeah.
Right,
Like
okay.
our mortgage is automatically withdrawed.
Right.
withdrawn.
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 Withdrawed.
Withdrawal.
Yeah. And I think also just when you do have that awareness, it's really, really important to just look at it like maybe you're just noticing the things that are taking away from your health. It doesn't mean you have to fix it overnight, but just be aware. Like when I start to like panic and scream every time I'm in the car and like get really stressed every time I'm in traffic, like that is not helping my health. Maybe it's when I eat a bunch of like sugar right before bed and like save all my calories right before bed when I'm like watching TV. Once again, you're just bringing that awareness to it. It doesn't mean like you need to stop it overnight because there's going to be lots of things, but it's just something we want to like alter over time.
And it's not about like being terrified to make a withdrawal. Like we make money so we can like do fun things and like
Yeah.
not stress. And that's like a part of health too is like a big piece of this is to have that 80/20. Like there's nothing we love more than a good bachelorette party where we treat our bodies like a garbage can for a couple
Yes.
days and that's okay. And I'm not saying like that to that extreme. That's like once a year and we're also very intentional, I would say with it, but it's like it's not about being terrified to stay up and watch a movie with your family because you're only depositing into your sleep net worth or like have an ice cream cone or whatever. And sometimes too, it's like maybe this is depositing into an account that I don't really realize or recognize that it is. And just like giving yourself a pat on the back and letting your nervous system chill the fuck out. Cause like there's also an account for
It's like
like
sometimes I want to spend money without stressing the F out about
yeah,
it.
yes,
And that's
and
okay.
connecting with people is a bank account,
Mhm.
is an investment too, so just, like, sometimes we need to just shift the perspective away from, like, "Oh my god, like, I'm fucking up and I suck and I'm this," and, like, no, I'm just, like when I'm camping in the summer, one of my clients just said this and it was so cool. She's like, "My bucket for this week is just different than what it usually is. The bucket that I'm filling is just a little bit different," and there doesn't have to be, like, fear if you're not doing perfectly on your
No, and I think you just kinda learned too, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is it
yeah,
worth withdrawing off out of
yep.
that investment account, or is it not? Because it's like, okay, maybe, having an ice cream cone with your daughter is really serving into that connection, and that is worth pulling out of your nutrition bucket or whatever but maybe this last 4 months, you haven't put one thing in your nutrition bucket. And so it's like, "Oh, okay, like, maybe I don't actually have quite the cash flow to pull out
Yeah.
Yeah.
for that." And it's not even, like, saying it like that, but that's just also a good way because asking yourself, because sometimes there is one that maybe you pull out or, "Oh, I wanna stay up late with all my friends." Like, we stayed up till 2 in the morning one night when we were at Aaron's thing, and that's when we were doing all of those prompts, and I'm not wearing my red light glasses, I'm not, drinking my nettle tea, I'm sitting there with everyone else, and went to sleep way later, but to me, like, that was so, so,
Yeah.
so worth it, and every other night I was in bed at like 8:30. So it's like that bank account was really high already and I wasn't like didn't stress even for
Yeah.
1 second about it, right? And so it's just kind of like weighing those pros and cons and also being honest with yourself of understanding, can I kind of afford this? And it's not like we're encouraging you guys to like overanalyze every decision that you make in your life. Like, can I do this? Do I have enough money? Let me look at the last
But
3
I
months.
think that's what you do when you're afraid about your health or you feel shitty. You're like, is this wrong? Is this wrong? Is this wrong? And you overthink everything. And if you can get to that place where you like have good investments,
And your
it's just like,
body's resilient.
yeah, as someone who's like, and this is what inspired this podcast was that financial one we talked about, or I forget what we were even talking about, but I kind of went on a little financial tangent. When you've had like financial stress and then you claw your way out of it over 10 years, it's like, okay, I get it now. And like this place is so much more enjoyable to be in. And the same can be said for
Yeah.
your health.
And I think what really helped me too with this is understanding that you don't need to be perfect all day, every day. A deposit is still a deposit. So it's sometimes, like, oh, I haven't worn my castor oil pack for 2 weeks, so I'm not gonna like wear it tonight because what's the point? Because I've been so inconsistent this month. It's like, no, you might as well just wear it because then you get a deposit.
Yeah.
Or it's like a better example is
Yeah.
like the gym, right? Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go to the gym. I didn't go this whole entire week. I'm not gonna start on Friday. I'll wait till Monday. It's like, no, just go because then you're making that deposit and it's still a good thing. And so that really helped me when I like first heard that analogy of like, oh yeah, it's not really about how perfect you are. It's just like when you look back over your life, did you make more deposits or more withdrawals? And you're going to
Mhm.
feel whatever one you did. If you made more
Yeah.
deposits, you're going to be healthy, you're going to be feeling great, you're going to know, right? And then if you made more withdrawals, you will also know.
And also if like something big and scary and intense comes along to withdraw out of your bank account at some point, like some sort of health thing happens, it is going to matter
Yeah.
what you have in your bank account. And I know that's like scary and none of us want to think about like getting sick one day, but if you do have those foundations and also like a foundation, I think too that we don't really talk about it much and we probably should more is like having the ability to create routines and stick to them. Like that is a foundation. And if you have that and you find out something, you have some scare with your health and you're able to just like boom and pivot and implement whatever you need to implement, it's going to be so much easier than if you've never taken care of your health before and suddenly you have to like change your diet, change your sleep, get off your phone, like do all these things. It's just going to be like, okay, no, I'm just adding a couple of things on that are specific to what I'm dealing with and like easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I think
Lemon
that's like
squeezy, a
a
couple
cool
juice
piece of it too.
analogies.
Yeah, we've been really
We're freaking on one today,
talking
team.
about
I love it. Um,
it.
but yeah,
So cool.
anyways, should we wrap it up there or do you guys
Yep.
have any other thoughts? I think that that was
That was
good.
good
That's
and
it.
concise.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you don't need to feel bad because you're failing at your health. You feel bad because your health net worth is low. The good news is that's fixable.
Yeah.
So I think once you kind of understand this concept, you really do stop chasing those quick fixes and start building something that is sustainable that you can just make little tiny deposits day after day after day after day. And that's really when everything changes.
It's
So,
addicting.
And also, I want to say, like, we're not always all perfect. Like, even for me, after having Jake, and like, I was walking a lot, but I wasn't doing anything with my body, no stretching, no like nothing. I was like, well, I can't get to the gym. So, like, once I can get to the gym again, once I figure out childcare and like Brett goes back to work and we're in more of a schedule, I'll like start working out again. I'm like, no, I literally have access to personal trainers and I know a lot myself. Like I can just start doing like some core work and some breath work and some foam rolling and I have some small weights in my office. Like it doesn't matter if the deposit is $100 or $5, whatever it is. Like so
a
taking that
deposit's
like
a deposit.
a deposit's a deposit.
But yeah, we aren't
No,
perfect at all.
but no, and I do and I like that too because it's like we all still play that game. It's just we've
I
been at
know.
this journey longer, so now we don't play that game for as long. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, even, with us not ordering the brick, and then it's like, okay, Jensen, okay, I need to order the fucking brick. Like, just
Yeah.
order it, Lazy. Go on and order
Yes.
it. And so it's like you kind of notice yourself giving excuses as to why you can't. And then the better at you get at it, you kind of just, oh yeah, remind yourself it doesn't matter if I go to a full on gym, a 20
Yeah.
minute workout is better than a 10-minute workout. But it's not that we don't play those games or try to cut corners or whatever. Like we're all the same. It's just the more you do it, the easier that it gets. So,
Yeah.
anywho, if you liked this episode, please rate, subscribe, and ring the little bell if you're listening on YouTube. Shout out to our 64 YouTube subscribers. We've been blowing up over there in the last week and a half. So we love
Love
you so
you.
much. And share this with a friend. Share this with someone you might think has a little bit of a low health net worth.
And tell
And
them that.
tell
Just
them
kidding,
that
don't.
too. And also, one last thought to leave you with is I think having a high health net worth is ultimately like one of the best flexes you can have
Yes.
because, of course, people are given better genetics than others, but health is something that we all have to work for and put those deposits. And you can tell if you are doing it or not. And regardless if it's something that we should say or not, people do judge you based on how you take care of yourself, and the trust is going to be more, and you'll attract better people and better opportunities and everything like that. And it's just it's not the same as being born with like a trust fund or getting
Yes.
super lucky with something. It literally just shows that you are consistent day after day after day after day. And I think that is like one of the coolest, most empowering things that will really impact your confidence long term if you
And
pour
without
into
your
it.
health, how much money you have means nothing. Like, without your health, you have nothing at the end of the
Yeah.
Literally.
day.
No, that's one of my favorite quotes is like, we sacrifice our
We're
health.
still going.
I know. Just when we said it was going to be concise. But we sacrifice our health to get wealth, right? Lots of people growing up, especially in this day and age, hustle
Yeah.
culture, blah, blah, blah. The moment that you get a diagnosis when you're 50, 60, 70, you invest all the money you have, you spend all the time that you can, anything to get that health back when it's like you really didn't have to give it up in the first place. So, hot top for now.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to The Wellness Effect. We're so grateful to be part of your wellness journey. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and follow us on Instagram. We'll put all of our handles in the show notes. If you have questions or ideas, slide into our DMs or send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep creating your own wellness effect.